What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Coffee with Dudes. You got a weird angle of me today because I'm trying something out, and it may be the last time I ever do this. But Marissa, she just got a under the desk walking, like a treadmill, and so instead of moving it out of the way and sitting down, I figured that today I would try a little solo Coffee with Dudes episode, just walking on this treadmill. Hopefully, it's not too annoying. It's kind of actually cool. Like I sit down so much, I feel like throughout the day. So it's kind of nice to walk. And I guess this will be maybe some sort of like review for a walking desk. You'll be able to see maybe from your point of view, if you're somebody who is on Zooms, if this is something that you could potentially do, because this is a nice little way to just get some more steps throughout the day, especially if you work from home. Even if you have an office, if you have your own office, this could be something that could help you get an extra 4 or 5, even more thousand steps per day. Because it goes up to, I think this thing goes up to like 3, so it's not like too fast, right? Which is probably good because if it's too fast, then it's going to be super loud for the people around you. But I figured I went on a little walk this morning. Figured I would give it a try today. And today, what I really wanted to talk about is over the last, I'd say like 6 months or so, my workouts have kind of dipped a lot. And I'm still getting them in, I'm still checking the box, but I think that the intention has really gone out the window and I'm not getting as good workouts in. I have a home gym in here. It's an office, kind of a dual. It's an office, home gym, podcast studio. And I can walk on a little mini treadmill in here as well, I guess now. But I found that, and I've kind of known this over time, I'm more of that person who does get a better workout in the gym, but I can get a really good workout in at home. It's just over the course of time, I think for me, I can easily start to convince myself that like smaller amounts of the workout is good. It's like, oh, well, I did, 3 sets of all this stuff. Like, we'll go ahead and just, that's good for the day, right? I did something, right? As opposed to when I've gotten in the gym, it's like, you know what, I'm already here. I might as well get a really good workout in. And I tend to be able to go heavier in the gym. I tend to have a little bit more intention. I'm already there. So it's like, why not just get a really good workout in as opposed to just being close to, all right, well, I can now go eat quick and I can, a little bit more distracted at home, or maybe I'm watching a YouTube video at the same time that I'm working out. And so it's really easy for me to cut my workouts shorter. It has been over the course of the last 6 months. That's not always the case. And so I recently actually got a gym membership last week. And I started going to the gym and I was like, oh wow, like this is what it feels like to get a good workout in. The first day I went and did legs and I was going pretty heavy, probably a little heavier than I should. And I was struggling walking for the last, 3, 4 days just because of like actually getting a good workout. And I'm like, oh shit, like this is what I need to be doing. And so now I'm going to be going back to the gym. I'm shooting for 4 days a week in the gym, and then I can do some yoga at home. And some of those other days, I'm always going on walks throughout like in the morning, especially down here with how hot it is. But it kind of got me thinking. I think that a lot of people are like myself, where you don't get as good of a workout in at home, but you kind of like make excuses. You're like, it's good enough. I'm doing something. I'm checking a box, and it is definitely better than nothing. But I think understanding who you are can be very beneficial to achieving your goals, getting in better shape, helping yourself out, maybe like accelerate getting to those goals. And so, this is kind of more like just like a thing today on it being maybe not the worst idea to just try and look back at where you're at right now. I know I started looking at my workouts and what I was doing. I was like, the last 6 months, and I reviewed that and I was like, wow, I'm kind of like slacking when it comes to this, right? And I haven't been as happy with where my body's at, and I think a decent amount of it goes to that, where if I'm getting a good workout in first thing in the morning, I'm feeling good. That first meal is really good, and it sets the tone for the rest of the day. When I kind of get a half-fast workout in, it's like, okay, that was good. I did something. I did some bench press. I did some push-ups, and it's just not necessarily what I need to get that push going the rest of the day. So this is something I'll continue to report back on how I'm feeling, how my body's feeling. as I go forward. And it is a different me than it was even last year, where my goals aren't necessarily as specific in the gym. I just want to be in good shape. I don't need to be ripped, shredded, have a six pack, or I think a lot of times I used to stress about that kind of body and like always having that. Now it's like, what? I want to just be healthy. I want to, be in good shape. I want to, look good, when I see in the mirror. Like I don't want to have those unrealistic expectations, but there is something about like throwing heavy weight around the gym, and especially with like barbell stuff. It felt so good getting back in and doing reversed alternating barbell lunges. I love those. Doing like heavier barbell RDLs, doing different things like that, using the leg press machine. Some of these things that I did in my first leg workout, and then just like having the option of doing different things. It is really nice. And then I also have the option of some days going and getting a home workout in, because we do have a lot of equipment. We have dumbbells that go up to 100 pounds. We have a bench, we have bands, we have pull up, like one of those door hole hanging pull up bars. And so it's that balance of being able to do both that is really nice. And there's a lot of gyms out there, guys, that are very cheap. My membership is $30 a month, and it actually, like, it's a nice gym. It's they have everything that I could possibly need. They have a sauna. It's kind of like, for me, my goals in the gym is just I want to have a sauna, and I want to have just a bunch of variety of like free weights and barbells and some machines. And so just kind of figure out what your goals are. You can definitely find gym memberships out there that are 15, 20, $30 a month. And then if you want something that's more high end, where they're going to have your own towels and maybe some nicer locker rooms and some other amenities that could be important to you, then you can pay upwards of $100, $200, $300 a month. So it kind of depends on your goals, but definitely just kind of a reminder for me this week to make sure we're always like looking back at what we're doing, and kind of reviewing how we're feeling, reviewing what we're doing in the gym, and making sure that we're continuing moving forward towards really what we want. And then always just reevaluating goals, right? Like I said, I haven't had like extreme, like just pinpointed goals when it comes to my body and health right now. It's more just like, I want to make sure that I'm getting an intentional workout and an intentional walk in every day, and eating, somewhere around 70% quality foods, while having the rest of that other 30% come from the snacks, the pizza, the wine, the candy, all of that stuff. And just finding, I know it's a buzzword, finding some sort of like good balance that works for me. And I think that's important for everybody to do. Not compare yourself to other people, where they're at in the journey. Just find what works for you. Find what you really want to move towards. And then what are going to be those habits, those daily things that you have to do to continue moving towards it. So I hope this has been helpful, guys. Hopefully this wasn't too loud, me walking on the standing desk. It's kind of been nice. You forget that you're walking when you're talking and stuff like that. And Marissa's actually mentioned that that's kind of been nice too. She's like, oh, I walked an extra 6,000 steps in my Zooms that I had the other day. And you don't really think about it as much. And so hopefully this has been helpful, guys. I do really appreciate you every single week watching and listening on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. If this was helpful, share it with somebody you think could benefit from it. Otherwise, hope you have a great rest of the day, and we'll be talking to you soon.